What up? This is Josh Paulson, and welcome to Inspector Josh Investigates TV, where we reverse engineer TV shows for drawing story writing lessons from them. Today we're looking at 30 Rock, Season 1, Episode 4, titled Jack the Writer. Warning, spoilers for this episode are ahead. We're looking at relationship relativity. Relationships can be impacted by outside circumstances. You see, we value relationships in different ways where we will pick people often if we feel forced to. For example, we may value respect in relationship A over respect in relationship B. So we do something disrespectful to one of the parties in order to try to win the favor of the other. Or maybe we value acceptance in relationship B over acceptance in relationship A. These different dynamics impact the way that we will relate to these people, and more importantly for our study today, how we relate with those people when those interests directly collide. For example, maybe they're in the same room and we're trying to pander to two different groups. How is this demonstrated in this episode? Well, at the end we have a section where Jack is walking executives through the building, and when Liz comes over and is friendly with him, which he sort of wants, he talks her off in front of the executives, apologizing profusely the whole way.
I'm sorry for what's about to happen right now. Just know that I don't mean it.
Don't mean what?
What group home did you escape from that you would dare talk to me like some plumber's wife in front of Ron Gordon and Bob Overmeyer?
I don't even know who those guys are.
Oh, really? Your ignorance was obvious when you waddled up to me with your thin-lipped mouthful of greasy peasant food and addressed me by my Christian name in front of the gentleman from Fairfield. I'm sorry.
I thought you said we were friends.
I said we were friendly.
Here's how we can implement this in our own works. We can look at and to answer 3 questions to have a character who switches, who practices relationship relativity. Number 1, what are they supposed to do? In this case, Jack is supposed to be Liz's boss and be over her. Number 2, what would they like to do? Jack would like to be in with the team. And number 3, who are they pandering to? Jack is pandering to both Liz Lemon and his seniors. Now, a lot of this is from their perspective. They might think that they're supposed to do something and the audience might be like, you don't have to do that. Or they might like to do something and we might say, well, they shouldn't like to do that. They shouldn't want that. That's not even a good thing. But regardless, in this situation, this is kind of Jack's mindset on what he's supposed to do and all of that. Now, in implementing, the character needs to think there's a disagreement or that there would be conflict if they end up playing to one person over another. There doesn't actually have to be a conflict. It just has to be in the character's mind. In this case, Jack thinks there's a disagreement between who his employees want him to be and who his superiors want him to be. Here's how we could use it. Let's say we want to instill relationship relativity in Bob. His wife is opinionated and his mom is overbearing. His mom and wife don't like each other. So question number 1, what's he supposed to do? In Bob's mind, he's supposed to listen to his mom. Number 2, what would he like to do? Well, he'd like to please his wife. Number 3, who is Bob pandering to? Both his wife and his mother. So maybe Bob agrees with everything his mom says about the decor in their house, but then his wife comes home, sees the changes, and Bob panders to her. I couldn't help myself. I have to listen to my mom. I'm your wife! And if they're both around, he'll try to please them both, tell them both he's on both their sides. But the truth is, in situations like this, a character trying to be on everyone's side is really only on their side. Truth bomb dropped. Anyway, with that, I'd say it's safe to say, case closed. Thank you so much for listening. We'll be back with another episode next week. You can follow me on Twitter at Josh Paulson, or you can go to my website, joshpaulson.com, for tons of free story resources and a newsletter where you can get podcast notes each week. Have a fantastic week, guys, and keep writing.